guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 6 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is H. Noel. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so yesterday was a wild ride. If you did not see yesterday's spoiler, definitely go back and check it out before you watch this one. Just a quick little recap. Erica did not use the power of veto, which means that Andrew and Hamza are still on the block and one of them will be leaving on Thursday. And it also means that Ryan totally effed up his own HOH week. Good job, Mr. Superfan. Alright, so Ronnie also held a house meeting to call out Ryan, basically just for playing the game. Isn't that fun? He may not be playing it well, but I mean, what are you going to fault him for? He's playing the game. So, things that came out of this meeting. It did move Ryan up on the target list. He's definitely on a lot more people's radars right now. He's even a #1 target for some people, like Derek. We also learned that Ronnie is not a good speaker or arguer. Conversely, Ryan, fantastic speaker, and that is one of the reasons that he's moved up so high on people's target lists. Okay, but the excitement was not over there. There was a heated moment between Andrew and Johnny. Marin, Ryan, and Andrew were all out by the pool table, and Johnny comes over to them and he's like, yeah, so there's this misunderstanding during the power veto competition. We may never know what actually happened during this power veto competition, because that was when the feeds went down and they stayed down for like forever. So anyway, it sounds like Andrew had some sort of medical emergency during the competition and the medics had to come in. It also sounds like Ryan told Andrew that Johnny was like being insensitive during this whole thing, and like he was worried that some of his puzzle pieces from the competition were under Andrew, who was like lying on the ground, which sounds so dramatic. But Johnny's like, no, that's not how it happened. I had all of my puzzle pieces by that point. I was saying that other people were saying that their pieces might have been under him or something. So then Andrew starts yelling in Johnny's face. I mean, he like gets up in his face and starts yelling, "That's some disappointing stuff, man. I'm just letting you know." And Johnny's like, you don't have to get in my face right now, okay? That's disappointing. So then Andrew's saying, I'd be a bit of a bitch if I was saying stuff behind your back and not to your face. What? What happened during this competition? So then Johnny's like, well, this is not even something important. We're not enemies. Why are you being like this? And Andrew's like, where's the compassion, bro? Where's the compassion? So Johnny's like, come on, man. I just saw you on the ground. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that there were going to be medics coming in. Cut the feeds. He mentioned that medics came in. Cut the feeds. So the feeds are down for a few minutes after that. By the time they come back, they're still kind of going back and forth a little bit. Andrew ends up walking away, and Ryan and Johnny are talking about the timeline of conversations here. And we find out from this that, well, Ryan says he had already been back a full day. So I guess we can gather that Andrew had to leave the house for some period of time for medical attention. But cut the feeds, because we're not allowed to hear about that. They cut the feeds again, and when they come back, Johnny is like, you can think what you want, Andrew, but I know where my heart is. And Andrew's like, whatever, it's cool. So then there's silence between the two of them, who are sitting just a few feet away from each other. Just so you can kind of picture this. After a few minutes of silence, the feed switch to something else. They come back after a few more minutes, and we hear Andrew apologizing for getting up in Johnny's personal space, and he's like, let's just leave it. Whatever. Woo! Alright, I'm really curious what kind of edit we're going to see for this power veto competition on Wednesday. I mean, sounds like it was freaking nuts, but will we actually see that? Will we see Andrew getting hurt? Will we see him leaving the house? Probably not, but you never know. You never know. So anyway, Allie and Erica were having a game chat in the bathroom area, and they're both really cool with their group right now, but they know that obviously they're going to have to break up Derek and Kayla at some point. It's going to be too dangerous to leave a showmance in the house too far into the season. So they're in a group of 7 right now, and I wouldn't call it like a final 7 alliance. I think they're thinking of it more as like a voting block, like in Survivor. So they're like, yeah, we're cool as 7 for now, but who knows what's going to happen in a few weeks. So that group of 7 is Allie, Erica, Derek, Kayla, Olivia, Jesse, and Johnny. Okay? So anyway, Allie is like, Derek wants Ryan out next, but she clearly does not want that. She doesn't see Ryan winning another HOH competition. She thinks that this one that he won was like a fluke, because let's be real, he didn't actually like win that. He won by default because Will got his question wrong. I mean, yes, he still won. Did my fingers just break? But it wasn't like he, you know, won it on his own. So anyway, Allie thinks that Veronica is a bigger threat than Ryan. Her social game has been on fleek the last few days. You know, she's already in good with a lot of people, and she's only been there for a few days. And Allie is under the impression that Ronnie is going to be really good at competitions. I don't know where she's getting that from, because they haven't seen her compete once yet, and I don't know, I could see Ronnie really struggling in competitions. Like, I think she's going to be physically adept, but I don't know about the mental part. I'm not saying she's an idiot. I'm just saying, like, she hasn't seen much of the show, so who knows. But anyway, Erica agrees. Yeah, Ronnie is a bigger threat than Ryan, for sure. But she feels that Marin is a bigger threat than Ronnie. So she's saying Ronnie is kind of like with our group right now. She's been telling people that she would put up Marin and Ryan if she won HOH. However, the other side could easily pull Marin in. They don't really have a relationship with him at this point. So Erica's feeling a lot more threatened by him. So Allie agrees, like, yeah, I guess so. She just doesn't want them to take out Ryan next. She thinks that, you know, they can leave him for somewhere down the line. Alright, so then it was time for a Maddie monologue outside by the hot tub, and I gotta say, it was so much fun to see the snow falling outside. I hate it here, but it looks really nice on the feeds. So she starts out by saying that she's gonna float for as long as she can, and she hopes that Canada's not disappointed by that. You know what, I gotta be real right now. Everybody's always like, oh, these people are playing summer camp, not Big Brother, blah. But there's something to be said for laying low for the first few weeks. For me personally, I think that's a smart move. Yes, it's entertaining to watch the people that are like, bleh, and totally blow up their games in the first few weeks, but they very rarely make it even to the jury. So I think if you're actually planning on winning this game, it's probably a good idea to lay low the first few weeks. For me though, it does get frustrating after you get past a certain point in the game when they're still playing summer camp and not making any moves. So I think you gotta be very smart about when you start to really make those moves. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So she's saying that she would rather not win the next HOH because, again, she doesn't want to make waves at this point. She wants to be able to stay in that middle area, and she would not be able to carry out what she wants to see happen. So she would like to see somebody like Hamza win HOH because she knows that he is ready to shake things up. And she feels pretty comfortable with him. You know, she's not his target at this point. So she's like, yeah, Hamza for the win. She also lets us know that she really likes Paris and Will. It seems like she's the most loyal to them. And she wants so badly to be able to trust them. But she can't tell yet if that trust is mutual or not. You know, she can't tell if that's for real. And honestly, I think that Paris, Will, and Maddie are the most loyal to each other. Out of their other alliances, but time will tell. Okay, so then, you know, she's also saying how excited she is to be there because she's such a big fan. She's tried out for so many seasons, but the experience alone is not going to be enough for her. She's playing to win. Good luck. Alright, so Allie gathered everybody in the living room for an announcement from Big Brother. It wasn't another house meeting. She actually had a real announcement. It was time for Erica to choose who would be joining her for the Tomb Raider screening that she won during the Power Veto competition. Because not only did she get the veto, she got the screening and $5,000 in cash. Wow. Okay, so this screening is not like one of those freaking backyard ones. They actually get to leave the house, which is super exciting. So Erica decides to pick from the have-nots because she's like, well, there's probably going to be food during this, right? So she wants to help out one of her fellow have-nots. Side note, I thought they were saying and we wouldn't know this because the fees were down so much. But I thought I heard them saying that the have-nots have eaten real food almost every day this week. Canada is so lax about that. Oh my god, they have so many like reward meals and stuff. But she has the have-nots pick a number from 1 to 100, and then whoever's closest gets to go with her. So Hamza actually guessed the right number. It was 77, so he's going to the movie screening. Woo! Alright. Sorry if I keep like licking my lips, but I just ate nuts, so you know the struggle. Alright, I'm not like a weirdo. Okay, in that way. So Erica and Olivia were having a game chat in the hallway to the hot tub area, and this is like one of my favorite parts of the house because it has like all those tree branches. I just think it looks really cool. So just some context here. The two of them are both in that voting block of 7, and we already know that Olivia has this rivalry going with Maddie because there's some sort of jealousy with Jesse. I guess Jesse gives Maddie attention and Olivia wants to potentially have a showmance with Jesse. But now, Olivia's starting to worry about Paris. Of course, because Paris is close with Jesse and they've kind of been flirting a little bit. She doesn't even know about the Real Deal Alliance. So Olivia is like, I'm really worried that Paris is going to blow up our group of 7 because she said that she feels like everybody's in alliances except for her. So what if she suspects something is going on here because she's so paranoid and she figures it out? So Erica doesn't really like say anything about this. She kind of just like sighs and then moves on. And she says that she wants Maddie to go. So they're, you know, targeting the girls outside of their group. So they discuss evicting the 2 newbies next. They still want to see that happen. But instead of going after Hamza or Ryan after that, they're like, maybe we get rid of Maddie. Why not? You know, she's floating around. Let's just get rid of her. They feel like Hamza can stick around for a while because he doesn't really have anyone. Nobody's going to form any, like, strong connections with him. I disagree with that. I think Hamza has new life in this game. I think he has the potential to go really far. Alright, so as far as the new people go, Erica wants Marin out before Veronica. We heard her talking about that earlier with Allie, so we already know her reasons for that. Okay, so now we need to ask, how long is this group of 7 actually going to last? Johnny and Allie were having a game chat in the backyard. They were pretending to play pool. And Allie's like, alright, so did I tell you that Ryan told me that Derek threw my name out as a potential target? And she's like, I'm not going to freak out about it. But yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. So they agree, like, we can't throw away this alliance of 7 right now. It's too early. We can use this for a while, but we need to, like, figure out what's really going on here. So Allie is like, it just shows me where I stand with this group. You know, she's not surprised that she was a target for Derek, but at the same time, Derek has to know that he's a target as well because he is half of a powerful showmance. So then they're talking about the people outside of their group, which is, like, most of the house. Oh, I mean, like, their alliance is a half-house alliance, right? You know, that always pops up. So Allie is saying that she really likes Will. She's close to him. And she's like, you know what? I would probably turn on the 7 before I turn on Will. And then she kind of backtracks because I don't think she was too sure how Johnny was going to react to that. But Johnny was like, no, like, I get it. It would depend on the circumstances. We have to see what happens. He has a lot of friends outside of the alliance, too. So who knows? They're talking about the newbies, and we already know that Allie really wants Veronica out next. But Johnny is more in the same thinking as Erica. He's not worried about Veronica. He would prefer Marin to go first. So Allie's really fighting an uphill battle within her voting block. She seems to be one of the only ones who wants Veronica out next. Maybe Olivia would be with her. So anyway, Johnny's worried because, like I said, he's got a lot of good connections outside of their group, like Paris and Maddie. He really likes them. He's going to, you know, have a tough decision to make in a few weeks when they start going after each other. So Allie's like, you know what? You just got to ride that middle ground while you can, and then we'll see what happens. So then they're still trying to figure out where they stand within the group of 7. They're seeing more and more that Kayla, Derek, and Jesse are a really strong unit of 3. But this could kind of work in their favor because Johnny points out they're probably going to be targeted first if the other side gets power again. So they're like, maybe keep them around as a shield for a while, and then, you know, if the other side gets power, they get broken up. It helps them out. Alright, so a little while later, Big Brother gave them a ton of pizza, French fries, onion rings, beer, and wine. And they were screaming, I mean screaming, celebrating this. And guess what? The have-nots got to enjoy as well, of course. So the feeds went down for a little while. I think they also got to listen to some music. So that's nice for them. Alright, so everybody was feeling pretty good about that. When the feeds come back, we've got Paris and Olivia playing pool. And Olivia's like, can I ask you something sort of uncomfortable? And Paris is like, what? Am I not wearing underwear? What? What are you talking about? Because that's not what Olivia's talking about. But Olivia's like, no. I was just wondering, are you interested in Jesse? Like, showmantically. And Paris says no. Olivia says, are you sure? Paris is like, no, we just friends. So you go ahead and go for it. So Olivia's like, yeah, I heard from Kayla that Jesse told Derek that he's like kind of into me or whatever. So she says that she's going to try to pursue him a little bit harder, and if he doesn't reciprocate, she's just going to like leave it alone. And Paris is like, yeah, go for it. But you know, on the inside, Paris is like, because even if she doesn't want to pursue something with him, she doesn't want to see him go with somebody else, because that's one of her allies in the Real Deal Alliance. She doesn't want that. So, the claws are going to come out. Alright, a little while later, Paris and Will are having a game chat out by the hot tub, which also, like, people have been in the hot tub lately, and apparently it smells really bad, and the water's really gross. So that's fun. Alright, so Paris does not want Will talking to Veronica so much, because they're getting pretty close. And Will is asking Paris, like, who would you want up on the block if you won HOH? And Paris is like, I just don't know if I can tell you that information right now. I'm having a really hard time sharing that with you because I'm afraid that you're going to turn around and tell Veronica, and then Veronica is going to go and tell the other side of the house. So Will is like, what? He says that he never talks game with Veronica. They're just talking about, like, music and plur and whatever. So he says game-wise, he is totally with Paris and Maddie. And I actually believe that that's true. I think he is with them. So Paris is like, alright, fine. She reveals that she would like to get rid of Erica, Olivia, or Allie, which is kind of surprising. She says that Erica's great. She loves her as a person, but she knows that Erica would not hesitate in putting one of them up on the block. So they need to protect themselves. And then Paris also tells Will, it's like, who's Will? About the conversation with Olivia that they had earlier. And they don't think that Jesse is going to go for her showmantically. But they realize, whoa, it would be really bad if he did, because those two showmances would link up and it would be really dangerous. Do we really need another showmance? I think we've got more than enough already. Okay, so Paris is also saying that she's worried about Johnny because he's got so many good connections throughout the house, and she feels like he would also put them up on the block. And she says there's no way that he's just a stay-at-home husband. No way. Well, yes. Okay. I mean, he's so much more than that, but that's his, like, job. Okay. So anyway, Marin and Hamza were having a game chat in the bathroom area last night, and Marin lets him know, like, I am 100% in now. You know, the first few days he was like, what's going on here? I don't know who I'm with. But now that he has a clearer idea of what's going on, he can say he is definitely with Hamza and his crew. Do you have a clear idea of what's going on? Because I don't know about that. But anyway, he tells Hamza that he is his ride or die at this point, and then they're going over their numbers, and they're trying to figure out who's actually with them and who's not. They're not sure about Paris or Veronica. They were really cool with Paris before, but now she's kind of like, she's all over the place. But they feel good about Veronica because she is so tight with Will, and they think that they have Will. So they feel okay about it. Alright, so then they go through their numbers. They got Marin, Hamza, Ryan, Will, Paris, Veronica, and then Maddie. So Marin does not think that they have Maddie, but Hamza is convinced that they do. Honestly, you're either going to get Will, Paris, and Maddie, or none of them. So they don't know that those three are working together, obviously, but I think that they will stay together as a block. So it's going to be interesting to see which side they end up on. I guess whichever side wins HOH, right? Because they're kind of in the middle right now. So Hamza's saying, yeah, it's definitely white room versus red room, which is really interesting. I wonder if that would change if people switched bedrooms, or they would just stick with the original groupings. I don't know. But Hamza's saying, whatever, as long as we win HOH, we control it, we have the power. And I mean, he's right, because all the people in the middle are probably going to float over to your side if you do win HOH. So this morning, Erica and Hamza left for their movie screening, and, oh, I got something interesting for you guys. You know how Ryan has been going on nonstop this week about how he's this huge super fan, and he knows, like, everything ever about Big Brother? He's only watched the show. He doesn't watch live feeds. Are you serious? Not that there's anything wrong with not watching live feeds, but like, really? Are you serious? Okay, I'm not even going to go on about that. So, Ronnie has a new plan for if she wins HOH next week, and this is interesting. She is now saying that she wants to break up the red room. What? Because before she was saying she would put up Marin and Ryan if she won HOH, but now she says she would nominate Allie and Erica. She says that group needs to be split up. Erica would just be a pawn, but Allie would be the target because she always catches her like rolling her eyes at Veronica all the time. She doesn't like that. She doesn't appreciate it. So now we definitely have Allie and Veronica just like going after each other, which is crazy. Where am I? Okay, so Veronica tells Marin, no matter what she says to other people, he is her true alliance, because she's been going around the house saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put him up because that's what people want to hear, but she says that she's really with him. That is interesting, and I feel like Veronica needs to keep that to herself, because she's been talking to a lot of people today, and that plan is gonna get out there, and that plur is gonna get crazy. Alright, so then Erica and Hamza returned from their movie outing this afternoon, and it sounds like they had a great time. You know, whenever people leave the house for a reward and they come back, they're just like, oh my god, it was like the best thing ever. But this is crazy because they've only been in the house for like 10 or 11 days. It's wild. But we did hear that they had to do like all these fake reactions to the movie and stuff, like, oh my god, what? So that'll be a lot of fun to watch on the show. They took a limo to their secret location, and somebody even recognized Hamza from the street. Like, somebody was walking down the street and they're like, hey, are you that guy from Big Brother? And Hamza was just like, no. Alright. So then there was an interesting conversation between Ronnie and Ryan up in the HOH room. Ronnie is like, Ryan, we should work together. What? And obviously he's down, so she's like, if we could have the two of us, Marin and Hamza, that's a strong group of 4. Whoa. Right? She like completely flipped here. And let's just check in with Andrew real quick. He's been kind of like half-heartedly campaigning for the past 2 days. He's telling people Hamza's a bigger threat than me. I'm just the old guy. It's really not working on people. I mean, Andrew is pretty much locked and loaded to go this week. Ugh. But he's also been complaining a lot to the cameras that nobody wants to play with him and it sucks. Dude, you overplayed so hard in the first week. I really do think that he would have been okay for a while if he had just laid low, but nope. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Interesting turn of events. And until tomorrow, much love.